Hey everyone. So really cold, rainy day today. It's in the winter, but it's just below freezing or just above freezing. So it's kind of snowing and then raining. Uh, Been working really hard. We had to go to the junkyard today and toss out a bunch of metal scrap that we had, whole truckload. So it's been just kind of a balance between working really hard with physical labor and just trying to keep my heart rate at a low pace, trying not to trigger any type of AFib episodes. And this whole video is basically on that, just trying to find that balance and what's going on health wise, and just a general update of kind of what's going on with life and everything. Been going through a lot of depression and I want to say anxiety, but my anxiety I feel has been getting better, even with my heart condition. I think it's because I actually know that I have a heart condition. There's no more doubt, so it kind of removes the anxiety aspect of it. But it's mostly just life. It's work and health and all that. It's just kind of adding up. Taking a little hike. My hair is starting to freeze a little, so that's kind of dumb. Should have waited for my hair to dry a little bit, but oh well. So I just figured I'd tell you about kind of what's been going on and just kind of an update. So what's been going on? Been working a lot, and a lot of anxiety has been arising, mainly in regards to my AFib. Mainly in regards to AFib. It's been causing a lot of anxiety. If you've been following me since the channel began, I had health anxiety, still do, especially around the heart. Since my first panic attack, I thought I was having a heart attack. And now that I've been diagnosed with AFib, it's become a lot worse since it's actually health related. So I had recently seen my psychiatrist just for the refill of medication. I had recently ran out of medication and had to make an appointment with my therapist to get reevaluated again, see how I'm doing, so that I can get refills and see what other medicines I need. And I updated her on the whole AFib situation. So with me, it's not lethal. AFib by itself isn't a fatal thing, but if there's other risk factors such as heart disease, diabetes, things like that, could increase your chances for having a stroke or heart attack. I'm not a doctor, so if you don't take any medical advice from me or anything like that, but that's just what the doctors told me when I got checked out by my cardiologist. But this is kind of old news. I kind of covered this on my AFib video, but I'm working out and exercise has been a lot harder. especially even at work, just lifting things and going up flights of stairs and just general labor. Anything that gets my heart rate up could put me into AFib, and it's hard to tell if it's AFib or just anxiety because they both feel very similar. So I got this cardio, basically an EKG that's you could put in your pocket and I could check it, and I'd occasionally go into AFib here and there when I have like elevated heart rate or have certain stimuli. So I'm gonna get this monitor that you could wear, drop my glove, that you could wear all day long on your arm, and it could give you kind of an idea of what your heart's doing throughout a long period of time. And so now that, before when I first started this channel, this is going a little bit off topic, but I didn't have a job, so I was on health insurance from the government, essentially. Was it Medicaid? And getting health insurance through there, which is when I was going through therapy and all that stuff. And now I have insurance through my job, and it's a lot tougher, you know. And with all the medical bills now from the cardiologist, the therapist, all the blood work, the echocardiogram that I had that they required me to get to check to make sure my heart's okay, it just put me in a huge amount of debt. So that's rough. So I'm kind of taking that at a time, paying that, trying to pay that off, kind of chipping away at it. So it just kind of sucks that, you know, you get more stable, you get a job, things like that, and it makes your finances harder. You know, it's just kind of backwards. But anyways, sorry for the pause, just trying to think of what to say. So that's taking a lot of, just any type of physical activity would freak me out. Or not freak me out, but I'd always be mindful of if I'll have an AFib episode, and then I'm always afraid that it's, you know, will cause a heart attack or stroke, despite the fact that my risk factors are very, very low. And it's really hard because I want to get healthy, and like you've seen, you know, I post a video outside. I've been working out constantly, really hard, every day, every other day. And then, you know, I'll wake up, go to work, and bust my ass at work to the bone. And then I'll go right after that, go and exercise really, really hard at the gym. And I did that for a long time. And it's just depressing now that I get AFib. It's just a huge slowdown. I'm out of breath. You know, just, and I'm always afraid of doing exercise now because of it. And for the longest time, it's difficult because I thought it was all anxiety this whole time. And so I was trying to combat anxiety, and you know, that's what my whole channel, how it started. And turned out that it was AFib. Possibly. It could have been. I don't know if I just got AFib later on or if it was AFib this entire time. It's hard to tell. But because the AFib episodes that I have don't last very long, maybe a minute tops. So if it was AFib that I went through the first big panic attack, it might have only just lasted a minute, and it just caused me to have a panic attack. And when I went to the ER, they didn't catch the AFib. But that's neither here nor there because I can't verify. I don't know. But I do know I have AFib now. And it's just such a setback that it took a long time for me to mentally kind of cope with the setback and the life changes emotionally. And my girlfriend has helped a lot. There's been days where it's been really difficult for me. just processing it. And she's just been incredibly supportive. And I would be a lot worse shape, I think, if it wasn't for her. Just being supportive and stuff. And so I'm just really grateful for her. And boy, it's cold. It's beautiful out here, though. So I'm glad I decided to go on this hike. But I guess kind of what I'm saying is it's taken a while for me to kind of become positive again, because it feels like I'm aged 40 plus years. You know, I'm so young, and being diagnosed with this is just pretty difficult to go through. But I know that there's procedures that you could have to sometimes even cure it. Some people get ablations, and you know, they never have issues for a long time, sometimes never. So there's always that option, but it's scary because it puts that much more fuel in the fire whenever I have an episode. Sometimes I get really dizzy and chest pains now and lightheadedness and feel like I'm going to faint, and it's like, oh my God, am I having a heart attack? Even though my heart's fine, I just have an arrhythmia. It's just really hard. It's like what I was going through with anxiety, but like 10 times harder to sort of convince myself that I'm healthy, despite the fact that I feel horrible sometimes. I mean, really bad. And it's probably AFib combined with anxiety. But I'm getting better. Like I said, the AFib that I have, I think I heard a deer, is I'm not even going to try to say it. I'm having a brain fart. But it comes and goes. It's not permanent. Permanent is where you get it and it just stays in that rhythmic rhythm. I don't have that, luckily. And when treated, like I am now, with beta blockers, it's reduces your chances greatly of preventing stroke and heart attack. It's usually AFib that hasn't been noticed or has been untreated for a long time, where it can cause issues, and also if you have diabetes and other risk factors. So as long as I start a healthy path again, I should be good, or at least, keep it in check. But yeah, I'll just give you an update. Pretty much all I have to say right now, I guess. So just gonna continue my hike. Also, as I'm hiking and walking, reminds me that kind of starting off light instead of when I start exercising, you want to start off light for your heart so you don't go into AFib. So the best exercise is just walking or hiking, even lightly. And when you walk on flat ground, you could go faster, almost a jog pace. And you want to get your heart up just enough to where it's not beating too fast, but fast enough that it gets its exercise in, and you could kind of build upon that. It kind of becomes its foundation, so to speak. So I'm going to start doing that and working my way back up to where I could start exercising again like I used to, hopefully. And see where it goes. And I've been having connection with my doctor, getting advice from him. And I think in March or April it's my next appointment. So I'll give him updates how that's going and stuff, and just focus on what my triggers are. And then they'll decide if I need to change medication, if I need to go on antiarrhythmic drugs, prescriptions, things like that. So, but I feel like AFib kind of set me back a lot. Now I kind of got to make a rebound again, start working out all over again. Also need to quit smoking. Nicotine's one of the biggest triggers for AFib, along with alcohol, which alcohol's not a big deal. I don't drink anymore. But I've been saying that for years. I've tried many times, as you could, if you've been following me on my channel. But I'm gonna have to make that stop smoking, and that's gonna be fun. But that's what's gotta happen. Just welcome back to my apartment. Thanks again for listening. Like, if anything, I could turn this negative into a positive. Use this as motivation to not take life for granted, but also to get healthier and to quit smoking, do the things I need to do. Get my heart healthier. Like I said, my heart is healthy. It has no problems at all. Just has an arrhythmia, which is a nervous electrical issue. So. Hey everyone, it's an update. Still trying to quit smoking, kind of quitting and relapsing. I'm at work. It's been just crazy 2 weeks, very little sleep. It's been snowing. I can show you. See, it's snowing pretty good right now. It's been like that all week. So we've been having to get up 5 o'clock in the morning, 10-hour days, shoveling snow and throwing salt down and things like that. And then a bunch of other lifting and stuff like that. So on top of all the medicine I take, it's really exhausting, and also just trying to keep my AFib in check, making sure I'm not overexerting myself. So it's hard to kind of adjust to life changes with this AFib stuff, but I've been doing good. I'm gonna see my doctor sooner than normal because I'm gonna try to get on antiarrhythmic drugs, and so hopefully that'll happen, and I'll feel better, because AFib's happening a lot more often now, pretty much every day on a daily basis now. So yeah, just thought I'd give you an update. Really busting ass, and yeah, lost some time not coming into work because my AFib is so bad. So it's either like I'm either busting ass at work or having a really bad AFib episode and feel horrible. So it's just a lot of stress in my body. But yeah, today's Valentine's Day, so it'll probably be a separate video. I'll probably have a Valentine's video as well, but it's how it's been so far.
What are you doing? Are you recording me?
They'll fall down the steps. These steps make me nervous. I don't like them. How is it? Wow. It's cold. It's pretty out here though. It's snowing really hard and really windy. There she is. No?
Hi. Or boots at all?
Nope.
Why?
Well, I did, but the other ones like messed my feet up.
Are your pockets warm?
Not really.
Well, great. I can't see. This foot is not giving me any justice. It's cold. Is it slippery? Oh, God. You did not record that. You suck.
Just closing up the video here. It's been a little while since I last recorded. Just gonna give you more of an update of what's going on with my AFib and just life in general. So with my AFib, it's been affecting my work, as I've mentioned before, and I had to file a FMLA, which is essentially a third-party organization that's with the HR department that allows you basically days off for days that you'll have, if you have a chronic illness or any type of thing like that, it allows them to give you an excuse to take days off when you're having episodes, things like that. Because I was missing days because it was affecting my work and everything. I was having heart palpitations a lot, especially when I would do anything physical, lifting, things like that. And at my job, I do a lot of that. So we filed that, and that was just an absolute nightmare going through that because you have to go through the healthcare system and get a report. I went to see the doctor, and they confirmed I had AFib just based on the hospital visit, but things started getting kind of weird. So what happened was, when I went to the hospital, I was in AFib for about 2 hours. I got out of it naturally. Didn't have to shock me or anything. And but it took like 2 hours, and then there's another time in an ambulance where they caught it. And I have a excuse me, a monitor that I bought that detects AFib, and I use that, and I've caught an AFib many times, many times, probably 30-40 times over the course of me using it. And so when I went to the cardiologist to get the paperwork for the FMLA, we told them, everything that I basically just told you, and they agreed to do the FMLA paperwork, and they looked at the Cardia. That's what I was using, the monitor, and they thought it looked strange, in the sense that it did look like some sort of like arrhythmia. It wasn't like sinus rhythm, but it wasn't AFib from her looking at it, even though it said it was AFib. So I thought that was kind of weird. And I went to the cardiologist again, and they decided to put a heart monitor on me. And I've done one of these before, like a few years ago. when I was having bad health anxiety. And they're going to have me wear that for a week. And so I wore that for a week and returned it. And it was just this huge nightmare because I was going through all these horrible symptoms, things like that. And, palpitations, skipped heartbeats, things like that. And just feeling weird. And I was missing quite a few days at work just because there were so many times where I just having weird heart palpitations, things like that, and I was afraid that if I did anything physical that I'll go into AFib, we can go to the hospital or have a heart attack or something. And so I got an email where it said that my FMLA was denied. And I was like, what the hell? And it turned out that they didn't get any of the paperwork from the doctor. And that's just because they just didn't give them the paperwork. They said they were going to do it, but they never did. So we had to file another one because the heart CVM, the cardiologist place, didn't do the paperwork. And so we had to do another file another FMLA claim. And they still didn't do it. I don't know if they're held up on time or what, but so we had to. Luckily, we didn't have to file a third one. I called the FMLA and told them that we're waiting on the paperwork from the cardiologist, and the report came back from FMLA. From the cardiologist from the monitor, and we went to see the cardiologist, and the weird thing is that they didn't catch any AFib the entire time that I was wearing the monitor, which really shocked me, because I was, with the cardia thing, I was having at least 1 or 2 AFib episodes a day, from what it was saying on the monitor. And so I was like, it's either that cardia thing isn't accurate, or I just didn't have AFib for that 1 week for whatever reason. And the thing that's strange is when you have AFib, from all the sources that I read, and even my doctor told me that it's progressive. That once you have it, it will continue to occur. And so it's weird that I just had, if that is true, that I was only, best case scenario, I suppose, that I was only having AFib those 2 times. It's kind of strange that I just had AFib and then it just stopped. And so we talked to the doctor, because originally I was going to have an ablation because, like I mentioned before in the video, I think I mentioned it before, it's been so long since I recorded it, that I wanted to reduce my risk factors because it's progressive. But now that it's showing that I'm not having very many episodes, if any, I didn't have any for that whole week, that they didn't think that the ablation was worth it, because there's some risk involved with any type of surgery, especially with the heart. And so it's not at a bad enough state per se for an ablation, so that's good. But we also want to figure out like what's going on with my heart. So we're going to put in basically a monitor that you wear for like a year, which is really good because that'll really get to the bottom of whatever it is that I'm going through. And essentially, they just make an insertion in my chest and put a little chip. And it's lost track of the camera. Small chip, and then they make an insertion in my chest and they put it in there, and it monitors my heart, and it also is linked to cardiologist, the cardiologist or a team of cardiologists or something. And whenever anything happens that's abnormal, it sends it to them. Or if there's a medical emergency as well, I believe it also sends it to them. So that actually gives me a peace of mind as far as anxiety. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. When my FMLA came back again, I had quite a few days off where I just wasn't in the condition to work, and I've been taking my beta blockers and medicine, my clonazepam for anxiety, and it's just been really hard between just physical work and being tired from the medicine and top of whatever my heart is doing. It's just a lot because I've been working really hard when I did go to work. Hard in terms of just like stress, like on my body, you know. So when the FMLA got approved, I ended up going 3 days over the amount of time that they gave me, which it was unknown how much time they were going to give me to begin with. And so I had to get a doctor's note to excuse those, and that was a whole ordeal. So I got that. So I was always in fear of losing my job, on top of the fear of what's going on with my health. And if I have a bad health day, I have to choose whether or not if I want to play it safe and not, you know, from having palpitations. I basically have to go to work, otherwise I'll lose my job. And with the medical bills, a ton of them. Just financially has been really difficult. I've been eating ramen noodles for like the past month now. Not very healthy. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And finally, it did get those 3 days excused, and so everything is starting to get on track. And me and my girlfriend, she makes things a lot better. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but I feel like I'd be a lot mentally a lot worse if I didn't have her, because like I said, she's basically my second half. She's just like me, and so I'm really grateful that she's in my life. And we talk every single day, literally every single day since we met. And it's kind of funny because before we met, or when we met, I met her on Facebook dating, actually. And I had that account, but it was old, and I wasn't really looking for anybody at the time because I was just really just focusing on just myself and things like that. And so I wasn't really looking, and so when we were talking, it just started off as talking, and then I even said that I wasn't really looking for a relationship at the time. And but I was like, we'll see where it goes, you know. I wasn't against being in a relationship, but I wasn't like actively looking for one, you know. And I think it's just kind of beautiful. I just kind of blossomed into what it is now, you know. And I'm just really happy to be with her, and I think she's the one. I really do believe that. And so I thought I'd share that. Some happy news behind all the gloom. But yeah, once I get that chip in my chest, I'll officially be a cyborg, technically speaking, because I'll have some piece of machinery in me. So that's cool. And yeah, that's all I got for now. But if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and look forward to the next video.